everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. As you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already and you enjoy the commentary. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. You can follow me on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. You can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page, and you can follow me on Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay, so let's get into it. So they say a trans woman was in New Jersey, said that she was at a diner when the manager followed her into the restroom and demanded that she use the men's room, honey, because you can't come up in here. That's what they said. Now, I find this also interesting because you already know that you cannot be discriminating against LGBTQIA, okay? That's what you can't do. So I'm sure this isn't going to work out very well for the diner. And so Erin Kinahan, who's 63 years old, told the NJ.com that the night manager of Edison Diner in Edison, New Jersey, discriminated against her because she's transgender. Kinahan said the manager approached her at her table after she came out of the women's restroom. Says, from now on, I want you to use the men's room. That's what the unnamed manager, pay attention, unnamed, honey, you know they stay on code. They will not show the names or the faces, and very often won't even give many details when it's someone of the so-called status quo. All right, so it said that she told her, I don't want you to use the men's room. I want you to use the men's room from now on. And you're a woman in your dreams. That's what he told her. You're a woman in your dreams. I don't know what you are. This is what the manager said, honey, clearly discriminating and being so disrespectful. Now, I was just totally shocked, says Kinahan. I was just blown away by his aggressive nature and his combative stance. People were looking, and he was making quite the scene. Now, Edison Diner owner Evan Kalambakis told New Jersey.com that a male customer initially complained to the manager on duty about Kinahan in the women's restroom. First of all, why is the male complaining? I would think the women would complain, seeing as how they were in the women's restroom. But why would the male person complain unless they were just being bigoted, which clearly they were. Now, the manager has not been fired, Kalambakis says. Rather, the owner says that he plans to use the occasion as a learning moment. Oh, here we go again with the learning moment. More teaching, more training, all of that about diversity and so on and so forth. So they say we can remediate and review and learn from this, which is our approach. I don't fire people because they made a mistake. Never did. We try to fix it. And then goes on to say that still Kalambakis said the manager should not have approached Kinahan the way that he did. Here's the thing. Now, whether or not you agree or disagree that transgender women should be able to go in the men or the women's restroom, right? If you prefer they go into the men's restroom, or whether you don't have a problem with them going to the women's restroom, my thing is this. When the manager approached her, or Kinahan, they basically were very, disrespectful. I mean, saying don't go into the women's restroom is one thing, but then to say you're a woman in your dreams, I don't know what you are. That was just blatantly disrespectful and clearly below the belt. So in the days since the incident, Kalambakis has met with all the managers and told them that customers are allowed to use the bathroom of their choice. So Kinahan said that she's a regular at the diner and is in consultation with an attorney about legal actions that she could take. She and her friends frequently eat at the diner because it's located nearby the Pride Center of New Jersey, where Kinahan volunteers and works with LGBT teens. She said the night manager for weeks kept giving dirty looks to her and her group of friends as well. She says, to have this deranged, sick individual discriminate against me publicly here in a public place, it was very degrading and really has upset me, Kinahan says. Well, honey, I can imagine. I can absolutely imagine, but I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, it's not the manager's call. That's not the manager's call. I can see if it were the owner and the owner says, well, I don't want transgender women using the women's bathroom or restroom because some people may feel uncomfortable. I prefer they use the men's restroom. Or it will be up to them to implement a restroom specifically for transgender individuals, which is actually what I think they should do, because there's sometimes cases, and I've told you all about this, there's cases where there are men who are not transgender, right? And they just dress up in women's clothing and go in these restrooms and assault women. There's been stories of this reported time and time again. So I do think that it is, sometimes problematic. I think they should just have their own restroom so we don't have these issues with people who are not really trans going in here and doing these things, But at the end of the day, I don't understand why the manager wasn't fired for being so disrespectful when he approached Kinahan, saying that I don't know what you are and you're a woman in your dreams. I mean, that's just rude. I don't know why he wasn't fired. So clearly the owner of the diner doesn't have much of a problem with that. So I would expect that they'll likely be boycotted by the LGBTQIA community and possibly even a protest. Who knows? But anyway, drop me a comment and let me know what you all think about this. What are your thoughts? Do you think that they should be able to use the women's restroom, or do you agree with the manager that they should use the men's? Or do you agree with me that they should have their own individual restroom? I mean, that's what I absolutely think. And let's not forget that 14-year-old Black child, maybe a couple of years ago, who went into the restroom and there was someone who was perpetrating like they were transgender, and they went in there and assaulted her. Okay. A grown man dressed up like a woman, and he wasn't even transgender. He just did that so he can get into the restroom. That's just crazy. So what do you all think about this? Just please let me know, because I'm anxious to hear your thoughts. With that all being said, everyone enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.